Hey, welcome to my channel. Yes, I am recording in a different space today because that room is dark and it's cold, and I just wanted to be where the sunlight is because I love myself that much, right? Anyways, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be another re-recording of last week's session, the Rich on Purpose mindset session that I hosted. And like Zoom just done me dirty. They did not record the session. Like after that, I was so excited. And then when I went looking for it, I was like, no, it didn't record. So I don't know what the issue is. I'm really trying to figure everything out. But one step at a time. Hopefully, the next session will definitely be recorded. But until then, this is how I will be showcasing the replays, I guess. Anyways, I am recording on doing a screen record on my laptop. So if you do see me looking here, it's because I'm looking at what it is where I am on my presentation, right? And I'm gonna try and figure out a way on how to make the picture small so that you can see exactly what I am making, exactly what I am going through, right? So you see, it's such a pretty presentation. Oh, I know you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Anyway, may CapCut allow me to do what I need to do, what I want to do. Right, but let us continue. So the topic from um, last week's session was about you choosing the version of yourself. And with my other previous sessions, the not recorded ones, I always used to tell my mentees that when you are building into the most successful version of yourself, what happens is the old version of you will always come in and then try to, derail you and take you off track. Like the broke version of yourself always comes in and tries to distract you and stop you from continuing to build because it's not something that they are used to, right? And I was completely wrong about that. It's not even that old version of you doing that, it's you choosing to embody that version of you. So this session was hosted completely on that. Every moment, every decision, and every reality that you encounter in your current reality, in this current minute that you are watching this, that is you choosing to be the version of you, to really pour into yourself mentally and embody the version of you that is just successful and rich on purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I have been able to gather, like the revelation that I had with the weekend before. And it's something that I realized, like, this is part of what we call poverty language, right? And a movie that one of my friends, what is the word referred? A movie that one of my friends told me to watch is called Mr. Nobody. And one of the things, because after she joined my session, when we were done with the session, she called me and she was like, girl, that session, it reminded me of this movie. You should go and watch it. So the thing that stood out for me on that movie, it was literally everything that I am about to cover. And what did stand out was the part where this guy said that, when you make a choice, it is permanent. Like, what? It's permanent. The person that you choose to become, it's permanent. If you continue to embody that version of you, it's permanent, right? So, what's beautiful is that every day we are given a new day to embody a different version of ourselves. And more so when you are building a business, when you are working at a 9 to 5 that you don't like, when you are, you can envision yourself going somewhere, but it's like you're not going there, or I don't know how to say it. It's you embodying that version that is not sure how to get there, or that version that wants to get there but is not taking the steps to get there. You're not making the choice to embody the version of you that's going to get you to said destination, to said goal, right? So I used to say that don't allow the broke version to stop you, but the truth is you don't allow it, you choose it, right? the version you choose creates the reality that you live in. So when you wake up, like one thing that we all good at saying is, "Oh, I woke up at the wrong on the wrong side of the bed today." You chose to woke up on the wrong side of the bed because when you wake up, you have the power to set the tone for the day. You have the power to decide what kind of day you are going to have today. And while a challenge that does come, especially on the first day of trying to master or practice this, is you will be given so many things to throw you off track. So many things to put you in a position to choose the version of you that's like, you know what, I give up. I don't know why I even bother. I don't know why I even try. Right. So, with that being said, when you are given all of those things, and I'm going to get back into that as the black dot theory, I'm going to tie it all together. Right. When you are being thrown into the deep end on day one of embodying that version of yourself, what makes it beautiful is being grateful for all the little things. That's how you create this beautiful reality. That we love in. One quote that I will never forget, this thing is, this guy said, change the way you look at things and the things you look at will begin to change. Man, how powerful is that? Right? So that is you choosing to embody the version of you that always sees the silver lining. Like you can always see the goodness in something terrible happening. Right? The version comes first and then the results follow. So when you embody the version of you that is always complaining about A, complaining about B, complaining about C, guess what the results of D, E, F, G is going to be? It's going to be the exact same repeat of A, B, and C. So you gotta go back. You get to choose what type of result or what type of result you are going to encounter. Right? One thing that I heard from Reverend Ike, and I shared this on my other session, was that he said, can you bear the consequences of the thoughts that you are thinking? And oh man, ain't that a quote to remember from today onwards until you hit the age 110? Hmm? That's beautiful. Can you bear the consequences of the thoughts that you are thinking? Can you bear the consequences of the version that you choose to be in this present moment? Right? Because you choose first. The version of you comes first. That version of you is the person that will create the outcome. Right? So when you're building a business and you choose to give up, guess what the outcome is? Giving up. It's guaranteed that you will never make money because you chose to give up. But when you're building a business and you choose the version of you that, rather pivots instead of giving up, the one that is consistent regardless of how tough things get, the version of you that would rather go do the inner work, the inner work to get to the root of this problem, that version of you is bound to become the first self-made millionaire in your family. Right? Then you have the God-given power to choose. Right? Now God gave you free will. That free will, you get to choose what it is that you want to experience. And this is something I share during my lives, is that you wake up and you continuously choose to show up at that 9 to 5 that you hate. You continuously choose to show up for that business that you love building. You show up and you continuously choose to be the parent that your kids need. You have the free will to be, do, and have whatever it is that you want to be, do, and have. Another thing from Mr. Reverend Ike, y'all need to watch him. I think, like in the description, if I do not forget, I am going to put his name in the description. You need to go and watch his videos on his channel. I hope I said that right, but I go to Reverend Ike's sermons every morning when I'm getting ready for my business. I embody the version of Ash that was alive and well back in the days when Reverend Ike hosted his sermons. I attend them and I get blown away every single time. Right? But it starts with a thought and then a decision, and that is literally it. Right. So, as I was saying earlier, we're going to go into the black dot. Right. So, one thing that Miss Ma'am was going through was TikTok. And this is how I even came to this revelation and this conclusion that, man, I'm the one choosing to be that version right now. But one thing that I was going through is that TikTok stopped pushing out my lives and my leads were dropping every single day. Like I used to collect 20 to 30 leads a day, at least 15. Minimum was 1 5. 15 leads a day. And then I would make sales on a consistent basis. And, even when I would go live, people would come in, even if I was just talking to 30 to 40 people. I know that at least one or two of those people on my live would buy from me. So now TikTok has been really taking me on the journey of self discovery, the journey of learning that I need to continuously choose myself. And instead of letting that app get to me, I need to let me get to me. So what I done was I called on Rich Ash and I told her, girl, this is what we're going through. I need you. What did you do to get to where you are? And Rich Ash was saying, I'm the first self made millionaire in my family. Girl, I remember on this date and that date, I went through the exact same thing. But what I done to overcome that was I played around with my stickers. I went back into the training. I implemented everything that was being taught and I never gave up. I can promise you, when you give up, you are not going to have what I have today: the house, the car, the life, the money, the this, the that, right? So Rich Ash was telling me all of those things. So I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna do that. So I opened Canva and I created my new Canva live stickers. And I started about the new topics. And what's amazing is that last night I attended the Legacy Builder members only calls. And oh my word, Michelle blew me off my chair with the nuggets that she shared. Like today's live, I did not have a lot of people on my live, but I was fired up. Like yesterday's live as well, two people. I never had a lot of people on my live, but two people reached out to me. So ever since I discovered that I have the power to choose, the free will to choose what type of reality I get to live and the results that follow from that, I started being more grateful for the little things: the 2 leads that I would get on my system, the 3 leads that I would get on my system, the 2 people reaching out and asking me for more information, this response on the CTA response on my content, my son telling me that, oh, you look beautiful today, mommy, or all the little things, like all of those little things, all those things just build up to bigger things. And just from embodying that version of me, I became more grateful, more aware, and I just started counting more of my blessings. And guess what? When you count your blessings, you're given more blessings to count, right? So it's the same problem, just a different version of me with 2 completely different outcomes. So I could have given up on TikTok. I could have been like, I'm done. I'm not going to deal with this anymore. I'm done building my business. Rich Ash, I'm proud of you. Good for you. But I'm going the opposite direction. Poor Ash, here I come. That is a completely different outcome, right? I could have chosen that version of myself, but I chose not to. I know where I'm going. I know why I got started with the business. I know why I invested into the program. I know what my purpose is. This is why my sessions are called Rich on Purpose, because you know what it is that you want for yourself in the next week, the next month, the next year. You know exactly what it is that you want for yourself. So when you are choosing, when you are going through all of these things, you need to make sure that you choose the right version of you that will help you overcome that problem, right? The rich version doesn't spiral, the rich version solves. Period. Now there's this big white page, and this is the black dot theory. I'm just going to call it that. Right? But you see how beautiful, clean, it's blank. There's not a single spot on this page. And for some weird reason, why do we think that that's what our lives are supposed to be looking like. We go through all of these problems and then we start feeling sorry for ourselves and then we want to give up and then we want to cry and then we want to be depressed and then this and that and that and that. These tens and thousands and hundreds and thousands of things to be ungrateful for. You start counting so much of your problems because there's so much black spots and I'm not perfect. You think that that's what perfect is, but this is what perfect is, right? You're looking at that black dot on the screen, and most people only see, like, talking about what I was coming from, they would see the dropped leads. That's enough reason to give up. Number two is that the video flopped. TikTok is no longer pushing out my lives. TikTok is no longer pushing out my content. That is reason to to give up. Right? The week without any sales. Reason to give up. The day you felt like quitting. The day I felt like throwing in the towel. I could have given up, but I chose not to because that black dot is not just a black dot. That is an obstacle that I get to overcome. The version of me, there's two different versions, the same problem, two different versions with completely different outcomes, right? So when you encounter that black dot, when you encounter that black dot as the broke version of you, for example, you would have given up. You would have thrown in the towel. You would have taken your out. You would have been like, I'm going to go look for another job. I'm done. At least I tried. Well done. Tap on the shoulder. At least I tried. That's what the old version of you would have done because that black dot is too big to overcome. It's too big to ignore, right? Now, take the same layout. The black dot is exactly where it is, the same size, the same weight, the same impact, the same problem, the same everything. And then you choose to overcome that black dot as the rich version of you. Ash, I'm going through this. Oh, I'm going through that. What can I do to overcome this? I don't know how am I going to overcome this. And one thing that I was telling my mentees that no other person is going to give you the advice. How do I say this? Nobody gives you better advice than you give yourself. And more so, that rich version of you telling you, hey, this is the next step. This is what you're going to do. Right? So, that that encountering or overcoming that black dot as the rich version of you, you literally get to look at that as, this is exciting. Now I get to build, this is how I got to become a millionaire. Look at that problem. Oh, not you trying to get to me, but you will not, because I choose to be this version of me. This is what I'm going to do to overcome. Look at you trying to get to me. How exciting. You teaching me something that I need to know about myself. Like you take it with gymming, for example. This is the example I used on Friday. The first day of gymming, oh, you do 30 lunges, 30 squats, 30 sit-ups, 30 push-ups, 30 this, 30 that, 30, 30, 30. And then you're done with your workout. And then the next day, your body is like, oh, 30, why? The muscles are tearing. It's so painful. You're doing something that your body has never done before. Like it's just, you can't even stand. You want to sit in your legs. Once you sit, it's like, I'm not even going to stand up again. You start sending your kids around like, call the ambulance. I want to go to the doctor. You start feeling paralyzed because you put your body through that. You were and the only reason why you started gymming in the first place was because you could see yourself having this desired body, that hourglass figure, that six pack, You could see yourself having that body. Now, there's two versions again. The version of you that can throw in the towel, put down the bars. I paid for the membership fees, but you will not see me again. I love me more. That version of you that would be giving up. So, no, we're not going to be that person because we know that by becoming this version and overcoming this little obstacle that we're going through, I am going to get to the result. You are literally creating the result by choosing to show up at the gym consistently every single day. Before you know it, on the second week or the third week, picking up that weight is not, it's gonna feel so light. Just swinging it now because it's like so light, man. Oh, that muscle is building. I'm stronger. Look at the belly, it's flat now. oh, look at that booty, girl. You're there proud of yourself because you did not give up. That is the rich version clapping hands and saying, well done. Thank you for not giving up. Right? So the black dot is real, but it's not the whole picture. A lot of people make that black dot the whole picture. It's not the whole picture. Okay? Focus on the white space. That is your reality. Okay. Now, the same dot, two different versions. The broke version, this isn't working. Only certain people succeed. I'm not ready. Maybe this isn't for me. I'm going to fail. You just see disaster on disaster on disaster. You see every reason to give up. Oh, your brain is just there scanning for every single reason to tell you that we cannot move forward with this. But when you embody the rich version of you, your brain will be telling you that this is what makes me stronger. I have every single thing, excuse me, that I need in this very moment to succeed. I'm going to keep showing up. I'm not going to give up. Who gives up? Not me. I'm going to keep showing up. Are you going to keep showing up? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You just start getting excited. What is my next move? I know everything always works out for me. Nothing happens to me. Everything happens for me. Right? So you see art. You see art on this page. This page with the black dot in the middle of nowhere, that's art. That's beautiful. That is how do I say? It's a problem in your life that is literally shaping you to becoming the most richest version, the happiest, loved, abundant, free version of yourself. Right? Now, for those waiting for their first sale, you're going to wait forever. Like, if you decide that today I'm going to wait, you're going to wait forever because tomorrow you're going to wake up and you're still going to wait. You embodying the version that is going to wait. Go out and get it. It's yours. That first sale is yours already. The version of you that joined this program already knew what was possible. You already knew that it was possible. You could already see yourself with that money. You could see yourself making that income. You could see yourself buying that house, buying that car, quitting your job, doing kicking the boss in the face and saying, bye, I don't need you no more. You could see yourself doing all of that, right? So stop waiting. Do not wait for the first sale to embody the version that has multiple sales. Become that version. You are already that version. Keep showing up because if you give up, I can promise it is guaranteed. It's a promise. 10 fingers on the Bible. If you give up, you will never get what you want. You will never get to where you thought you was going to go when you first started the program. So stop waiting, right? Number two is version first. You don't earn your way into the mindset. You choose your way in and then the results come. Other people wait to be worthy. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait here a little. I'm not ready. You're never gonna be ready. You are never going to be ready. So embody that version and embody it now, in this very second. Now. Embody that version now. Okay? You choose your way in and then the results come. So embody it now. Decide now. Not a wish, not hope, a decision that you are in the right place at the right time. I love Michelle's message. She calls herself the hope dealer. I'm not gonna, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love that, because a lot of people, especially those that have a strong mindset, they understand exactly what Michelle means by hope dealer, right? I hope today you get to see the value in the program. I hope today you get to see yourself being that mom that no longer needs to take a calculator to the grocery store. We've all heard her story, especially if you are someone that's inside of the Legacy Builder program. If you don't know who Michelle is, it's the founder of the program. She gives us the daily training. Right now, the issue with hoping for those who have not yet fully embodied that version of themselves, that rich version of themselves. When you hope, you leave room for doubt to creep in and say, hi. Yeah, I hope I make my first sale. I hope. I hope so. There's a whole lot of doubt in that hope. So stop hoping. You don't have to hope because it is already yours. Like when you have faith, you already know, even though your eyes can't see. That's what faith is. It's what's faith? Substance, the hope in the substance and the things that cannot be seen. I don't know. I always get stuck with that. But faith is knowing that even if I don't see it right now, I know that it is there. But it's not going to harden into fact if you give up. So mentally, you gotta have the faith. Spiritually, you gotta have the faith. You gotta know that that first sale has already arrived in my bank account. Start celebrating every time you get a notification. And mind you, I used to do this before I made my first sale. I used to do this, and I'm doing that now that I have the bundle pack. I haven't yet made my first sale, but like I celebrate when I get a message, like it's just a random WhatsApp message or a message from an email notification or a school update or whatever message it is. As soon as my phone makes that notification sound, I'm like, I just paid my first $1,400 sale. That is what having faith looks like, and that is what it feels like because I know that it is there. I'm not hoping to make my first $1,400 sale. I know that the rich version of me has already made multiple of those sales. Like one of the ladies made six in one night, six $1,400 sales in one night. 8,000, was it $8,400? What? That is over 100K in SA. And I'm just like, if she can do it, I can do it. So every single time I get a notification, I'm just like, excited, embodying the version of me that has already received that. Like one of the TikTok videos that I created, and a lot of people were like, congratulations in advance, is that I posted a video and I was like, I bought my first car and I paid for it cash. And then I was like, no, I'm just kidding, but I know that's what it's gonna feel like. That is literally what I do, except I do not say that I'm kidding. I let my mind think that it's real. I let my subconscious mind know that this is real. This is the result. This is what's going to happen. We cannot give up. We are not going to give up. We are going to keep pushing because that car is coming. We're going to pay for it cash. It was a Jetor Edge. It is, in fact, a Jetor Edge. I'm going to pay for that baby cash. Right? So, yeah, guys, embody that version. Now, your homework until you make your first million, your second million, your third million, your first billion, your first trillion. This is your homework for life, right? Stop and acknowledge. When a black dot appears, stop. You don't have to close your eyes. You can, though, but see the version of you that is feeling it. Don't fight him or her. Just see her, right? Another way to say it is call on yourself. Call on the rich version of yourself. Let that rich version come and tell you that, hey, I've got that car that you were looking at yesterday. I actually bought that car. I bought and I paid for it cash. Hey, look at my banking app. This is how much I've got in my banking app right now. This is how much I've got in my bank account. Do you think that came from giving up? Hey, look at this house and see the rich version of you walking around that house that you've got your eyes on that house. See yourself walking with that outfit and just telling yourself that I never got here if I gave up. Had I given up, I wouldn't have been here. Right, so that's what you do. You got to call on yourself. That self will tell you exactly what it is that you need to hear. They will remind you. Hey, they will remind. It's like your own Steve Harvey, your own Reverend Ike in your head telling you that give up. I double dare you to give up. You will see what will happen. This life that I'm living, you're not going to get that. You will not even deserve that because you want everything to come easy. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? And we're not going to embody that version that wants everything to come easy. What is working 2 hours a day? What is working 2 hours a day? Posting content? My word. When you embody the rich version of you, do you know what your content will look like? It'll look like you record you have a movie producer recording your content, like you get paid to act, like you just there, guys. Oh, I found this digital marketing business. Like you just show up different. Like even on your lives, you show up different because you embodying the version of you that already has it all. Okay. Speak in future tense. Talk to yourself as the version who already has everything. It all works out. I kept showing up. Look at where we are. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for. Look at my house. Look at my car. Look at my bank balance. And literally look at that bank balance. When your jaw even drops. That's you? What? That you? It's me. It's us. That's mine. Yeah, that's ours. That's what we have. That's what I have right now. I don't know about you. I mean, you torn between showing up consistently and then, not showing up consistently. So, I mean, if you show up consistently, this is you without a doubt, my dear. You know? So, yeah, number three is feel the shift and move. Wait for the shift. When it comes, take one action as that version. One post, one DM, one solution. We're not in the DMs though, but obviously to those that your emails and to those that you do speak to on the DMs on WhatsApp, you can like let them know. Hey, I just created a post and I know you're gonna love it. You will come up with the most random ideas and you would feel so confident like, oh, this is the step that I need to take. Like, this is my next move. Thus, I know it's going to convert. Guys, I use Claude for everything. Go and use Claude, please. I use it for everything to run my business when I don't know how to answer a question. That's what I use it for. When I'm creating digital products, that's what I use it for. Like now, I created a free PDF using the training, the tips that Misha was sharing on last night's call, and I'm impressed. Like I'm confident. I'm proud. I'm like, damn, that first million is right around the corner. So I sent it to everybody on my WhatsApp, all of my leads, and I said, oh, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. I made a PDF talking about how to make money online with your phone. Please feel free to reach out with any questions. Sending. So one of the ladies was like, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you today, okay? And I was like, okay, girl, I'll let you know when I'm available. Anyways, last but not least, find and focus on the white space. Look at the full board. Let the black dot become art. It has a role to play because it's making you stronger. Still on. It's checking the mic. Still on, right? Because it makes you stronger. Now, the most powerful thing is with free will, your God given power, is that you get to decide what that black dot is. Like you decide what the outcome of that black dot is going to be. That's art. Like you can shape it and form it into anything that you want it to be. If you want to make a heart out of it, just go put a little corner, heart, dots. Oh, beautiful. You want to turn it into $10,000. You just gonna take it, do it, put it. Oh, beautiful. You have the power to create art. And art is basically your life. It's your reality. It's what you want to live, in this moment and every moment after this. You get to do that with the black dot on the page. So don't give it power, bad power. Don't give it negative power. Give it good power. That nice hot sauce. That's what you're going to do with the black dot. So you are not trying to become someone new. You are choosing to remember who you already are, and you are rich on purpose. And we done. We are done. Thank you so much. How long was this? I'm a bit confused. It says 5 minutes, but I don't believe that to be true. But thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I truly appreciate you so much for the support. Don't be shy to give my video a like. And I hope that you found it as valuable as I found it. And I hope that, from the second onwards, you are going to remember to keep choosing that version of you that is successful. And you're going to remember to call on him on or her whenever you need that guidance, right? So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And drop in the comments what was your most favorite part about this lesson. I would love to know. And then, what else do these YouTube creators say? They say, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. If you want to attend my next Rich on Purpose mindset session, I will also drop the link to register for that in the description, but it's going to be on the 22nd of May. So not this week, next week, Friday, May, right? I'm saying it like, because people could be watching this on the 21st. It's the 22nd of May, 2026, right? But I'll drop the registration link, the Zoom link inside of the description, and then I'll also drop my WhatsApp channel there as well. So you feel free to follow my WhatsApp channel. I always share things inside there. We're building the successful version of ourselves. It's only fair that we have daily tools and daily reminders to keep us focused. And that is what my goal is, to keep you focused on the bigger prize. The end result is never the end result. It's always the beginning to something new and powerful, right? Can I get an amen? Right? But I would really love for you to drop in the comments what you thought about the session. And then, what would you like the next session to be about? I've never asked that question. What would you like for the next session to be about? I would love to take on that. But I love you, and I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed night and a blessed evening whenever, whatever time it is that you're watching this. I just know you will be blessed, and don't forget to keep choosing yourself. Bye.